Look at it. You know what this does? Builds the front of my shoulders. It builds the front of my shoulders.
That front delt.
Front delt raises. I'm a big fan, as should you. So what is this bad boy? Well, this is the Haley Strategic Flatpack. I don't know if they're calling it 2.0 or enhanced or whatever it is, but it is the new official Haley Flatpack. It's pretty cool. This is the original size. We're gonna get into it and show you all kinds of cool like EDC related things that you can do with this bad boy. But before we get into that, we will tell you that we're glad you're here and we like you and you hope you like us. And sometimes we may disagree, but that's the nature of the world. And I know it's 2020 and we're supposed to hate each other if we disagree, but you know what? It's okay. We appreciate you stopping by and liking videos and commenting, because all that stuff does help us out quite a bit. And beneath all of these stupid and hopefully somewhat entertaining videos that we do real estate, and we operate in a lot of different states. So whether you be in Utah, the big guy here is from Arizona, Finn's in Utah with me, so he's more of like an admin role, I guess, mascot, if you will. But we operate in a lot of different states, so you can always just send us a message and just say, hey, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. Can you help me buy a house? Which the answer is now yes. Louisville we actually just added, so pretty cool. So hit us up with that, and now we'll start getting into the bags. Now, this bag was sent to us for free by Haley, or well, not by Travis direct, but by Haley Strategic, the company. And this will be probably around the time this video comes out, a newly released product. So we hope you get our 2 cents from this. But yeah, free bag, and you know, that really doesn't impact anything. Our soul is not worth selling out for a free $140 bag. So everyone relax, okay? We got a free bag. We got more integrity than that.
Shill.
Shill is a popular term these days. Hey, so let's get into this. This is really part 2 in our series of, hey, look, discrete EDC bags, pathetic dog, discrete EDC bags where you can have some sort of a gun EDC setup. And look, first things first, this particular bag is really not set up as an EDC bag unless you wanted to be a little bit more overt in terms of signaling the world, hey, there might be some tactical shit.
I'm a gun guy
within this, right? Now, and that's just because, look, it's Ranger green, obviously, which I'm quite a fan of, I'll admit.
It's a good green.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very sexy looking bag. If you are really trying to go low pro for discrete carry bag, they've got their disruptive gray, which is, you know, it's disruptive and it's gray. And so that, I think that really does a pretty good job of explaining it. And that one does not have the Velcro on it. So again, low pro if you're riding, you know, a motorcycle, or if you're like a gym bag, stuff like that. Like it's actually a very, like a gym bag, something like, hey, super small, like I've just got like my
keys, wallet, whatever.
Yeah, keys, wallet, energy drink, whatever. Like it's pretty neat. So that's our disclaimer on this. Like, yes, this is not super low profile, but they do have a version that is low profile. So just know that going into it. This is, just to give you kind of a brief snapshot of the Flatpack, largely designed as a plate carrier back panel, right? I mean, that would be, I would say if you looked at 100% of the Flatpack owners, I have no idea the stats. I would say a decent percentage of them are running this in conjunction with a plate carrier. In case you're like, how exactly does that work? Basically, hey, I've got my plate carrier, I've got Molly on the back of my plate carrier, and you Molly this onto your back panel, and then this basically becomes your little backpack that's attached to your plate carrier, where you could run hydration or extra mags, some med supplies, some spare batteries, things like that.
Comes with the Molly sewn in.
Yeah, comes with Molly sewn in. This basically we've just got tucked in, but basically you would just weave this through your back panel, and you guys probably kind of get the gist of that. All the other attachments and everything, hey, look, you would take this off if you're running this on a plate carrier. So really, in terms of how exactly you run this is going to really depend on, you know, what system you're using it for. So just know, a lot of versatility to it. It is a pretty neat little product, and we'll start to get into it.
It does come with a little extra clips to, like, on a plate carrier, strap it to the side too, so it's not moving or bouncing around at all.
Yep.
So pretty cool. They include those.
No doubt. And just some basics on it. So when expanded, and we'll show you that here in a sec, when expanded, because this is in its most flat configuration, if you will, 600 cubic inches, it is $140. So Honestly, I feel like 140 bucks is a pretty fair number.
Yeah.
Like for me, that's actually
With how versatile that is.
Yeah, with the versatility, for me, 140 is actually pretty cool. So in terms of, hey, what could you get in this as a discrete EDC bag? Let's get into it. So you will have seen videos of us running this almost very sling bag-ish, and it's actually quite neat once you start to, let's see, this would be, once you really configure this proper, again, what you're using this bag for is going to dictate a lot. But really how you could run this is a backpack, and you're walking through a mostly peaceful protest zone, and they become not mostly peaceful, and then you're like, oh no, I need to spring into action, right? So what you could do is, as long as you don't have the chest strap hooked up, you could basically just release one of the shoulder strap, sling the bag around, basically like a sling bag, unzip, and then out comes our little buddy there, Glock 19. Finn, hey, let's go, young man.
Kids.
Fucking kids, you know? So it's actually quite neat. So to show you what we've got in this, look, it's a very, very small bag, okay? So you have to know that the footprint is gonna be pretty tiny.
And pause real quick. This is a feature of the 2.0. It clamshells open.
The two big features of the 2.0, or whatever the new title is for this, is the original Flatpack really only was like a half zip. It would come to about here. The Flatpack Plus would go all the way clamshell. And so really with the new one, hey, opens all the way up so that you can fold this thing as flat as you want. And the interior of it, you've got hook and loop, right? So you can Velcro in, I mean, the entire interior of this thing is Velcroed, right? So you can run this a lot of different ways. And I think that's one of the cool things about the bag. It's just super, super versatile, and it's very open to interpretation. And sometimes you just want to be told what to do, and like, hey, look, like one of the bags we're going to be running in one of the later videos, it's pretty clear cut. Like, this is how you run this bag. Yeah. This one, not so much, very open to interpretation. So, but what you can get in here, you can get in a Glock 19. This is Velcroed in. We covered this little system that we have here in the 511 video, but RDR Gear made just like little inserts for us that basically, hey, it's a double Glock mag carrier that's Velcroed onto a little panel there. That way, slap it into the bag and you can draw out mags. Same thing with your pistol, Velcroed in, you can draw out your pistol, right? And it's pretty neat. The angle at which you have all this stuff in, again, small footprint, so the angling of all this is gonna get to be pretty critical, because you don't have a ton of ways that you can arrange all this. If you're very strategic, Haley strategic level, you could, man, we're good at this.
That was a drop,
we are
perfect.
Fucking good at this, man. So if you're really good at this, you could get a Glock mag in the gun, couple extra mags. You could probably get either a tourniquet, a knife, maybe a handheld light. You're not gonna get like all of that in here unless you expand it, and we will show you that here in a second. But again, the point to all this is like, it's a very small footprint, it's very versatile. You're not gonna get the most amount of shit in here, but that's just the nature of the game. So let me show you just some of the other stuff, and this is pretty streamlined, basic kit that we're running in all these bags. So in this little front pouch here, Rat's tourniquet, small footprint, multi-tool. This is just, that's the size, so about, half the size of your hand is about how deep that pocket's gonna go. This pocket runs all the way down, and here we've got an IFAK, which is, despite fairly compact, a pretty good amount of space in terms of what it takes up within this. You've got a fixed blade knife, you got a handheld light, you've got, should have just a couple spare batteries floating around in here, and that's about the extent of what's being carried in this. Now, we'll show you this. So here's how the Flatpack, so again, in short configuration. Now, if you needed to expand this, obviously you're gonna see this is super flat. Now, if you wanted to make it a lot bigger, you just take that zipper, that's the front pocket actually. So that zipper is going to expand that front pocket, so you pretty much just doubled the capacity of that. And if you wanted to expand
the overall big pocket,
now you got a pretty beefy pack. Not a giant pack, but okay, now.
But it doubles.
It doubles, and what's, you know, again, all very, very open to interpretation with your setup. But if you said with that now, also keep in mind on the interior of this, there is a zipper at the top, and that's really meant for what I can only assume is a hydration bladder, right? So that would be
soft armor.
Yeah, if it was the right size, sure.
Yeah.
Again, like super open to how do you want to run it. But once expanded out, I mean, look, you can see this thing gets a lot bigger. Now at that point, look, you could have a variety of things in here, but given how much space you now added, in my mind, you can use this whole panel now.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like
yeah.
you can now use this whole panel. And one of the things that they have, a little tough to find some of this stuff in stock. So Haley has a bunch of accessories that come with this. You know, like this is meant for a holster, which basically you have to Velcro the holster inside of this, put that in, and it's similar to what I have, just a slightly different setup there. He's gonna have pouches like this. Again, hey, I don't know what that one specifically is for, maybe radio, I don't know, you'd have to look at it. It probably fit that IFAC fairly well, actually, it's about right. You know, this one's meant as like a double AR mag pouch, which fits that perfectly. Now, again, you take a couple AR mags, right, so you take 2 of these, you take this, when this thing's expanded, slap them in here, you open this up, you go, shit, I got a couple subgun mags, couple AR mags, I got my pistol set up, backup pistol mags, 33 round Glock mags. Again, like,
You name it.
you know, you name it, as long as it'll fit in that overall size footprint. Hey, it's really just a matter of how big do you want the bag to be, because you can double the capacity very, very easily. Now,
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. When I got it, I was almost a little, I'll tell you, when I got it, I was like, this seems to me just like really is like a plate carrier bag. And then I started fucking around with it. And I was like, honestly, it is super versatile, dude. Now I'm gonna shrink this thing back down, and we're gonna be right back with you with option number 2. Configuration number 2.
Duh.
Configuration, duh.
Duh.
So we are back in flat mode. Of course, you could expand this and then increase volume quite a bit. But to show you one other option of what you could get in here, you could get a flux defense. Okay, so that's the Raider, that's the new one that all the cool kids are running. So again, very small footprint, and you could get some sort of shoulder fired weapon from it.
Yeah.
Or non-shoulder fired if
It's a brace.
yes. So, you know, totally up to you guys on that one. But you know, again, hey, look, this, and I mean, it's borderline as if the size of this pack was made for this, which I know it wasn't, because this pack not this particular one, but the Flatpack existed well before the Flux Defense did. But I mean, it's like these things were meant to go together. I mean,
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's like, damn, I mean, it fits, there's zero extra room. I mean, it could not fit any better. And keep in mind, this is with a Surefire X300 on it, right? So you could run this, or run no light on it, or a flush light or something. not a fleshlight. A flush light.
Flush light. I heard fleshlight.
Although fleshlight maybe sponsor after this, you never know. You never know. Rogan had them for like a brief window back in the day, I guess.
A little
So,
strange, but good for him.
who knows? You know, I mean, shit. If they're listening, why
Those
not?
things are weird, man.
So the Flux, yep, Chris Blau. Chris fucking Blau, everyone. So the Flux fits perfectly. Look, if you expanded the thing, again, you could have the Flux on this side. Keep in mind, this is with two 17-round mags in it, so there's that. Like the 20 or 21 rounders with the extended base plate, they are, I really don't think they're gonna fit. I haven't tried, but I don't think they're gonna fit. Expand the bag, and again, line this bad boy with mags,
Yeah.
med gear, whatever you want, really.
Flush lights.
Yeah, flush lights, you know, and then you're ready to rock.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I mean,
I dig that.
I think you could, the bag, like we've said, is very, very open to interpretation. I think it could be, I think it has a couple other applications, which is, look, you could have this in your vehicle as a, shit just popped off, I just grabbed my truck gun, let me grab my bag of shit that I need to go
Yeah.
with my truck gun, right? So like this has not a gun in it, but mags, med, lights, whatever, you know, I don't know, whatever you want. I was gonna say nods, but nods probably aren't gonna really fit in this.
No, nods would fit in that. Your helmet won't.
Right, yeah, I guess it depends on the setup,
So I guess
depending on how you're running it.
handheld Amano.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. just popping
Pirate
around,
style,
right?
dude.
So I think it would work really neat as look, in a patrol car. This to me really makes a fuck ton of sense,
Yeah.
right? And that's a scientific fuck ton is more of a scientific measurement,
I
really.
say metric fuck ton.
Yeah,
but
which is, you know, a lot is
lot.
what it is. Makes a lot of sense if you're riding in a patrol car, something like that. Things pop off. You grab your whatever duty AR, whatever's in the squad car. Grab your bag. You're ready. It makes sense as like a little super miniaturized get home bag.
Yeah.
With like, hey, again, not so much about gun, but hey, your whatever, you know, your water purification, your fire starter, whatever. Again, I think that the big thing when you look at this is extremely open to interpretation.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for that. You know, there's something to be said for it.
They kind of set it up so you choose your own adventure, I guess, right?
That, if that's not the theme
Figure
or
it
the
out.
tagline of the bag, it should be choose your own adventure. And then just put asterisk, Chris Blau, pay him a royalty for that.
You're welcome.
And it's very well made too. I'll tell you that. It's very well made. It's rugged, but like the actual design, the hardware and all that stuff, it's a well-made bag. So
Yeah.
there's very little that I can find to ding on this.
I mean, that's a running theme with them is everything you need, nothing you don't. Customize it how you want. Like all their gear, whether it's hard gear, soft gear, whatever, is like super customizable and modular. And I mean, I like a lot the options.
Yeah,
So.
it's thoughtful products and
Like on my plate carrier,
that's
this
cool.
I'm getting one of these for that.
No doubt. Like this will largely probably be used for me in conjunction with the plate carrier.
Yeah.
And that'll probably be a series that we do in the coming months. I don't know exactly when, but plate
Wink.
carriers working
The cool
on it.
thing with how small this is this is a tangent. My plate carrier, I could put like a hoodie on and you'd have literally no idea with
Yeah.
that. And we're coming up to winter months.
Sure.
So kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't roll around in a plate carrier, by the way.
He's a tactical asshole, but he's not that
That much of an
tactical asshole.
That's a metric fuck ton asshole.
That is absolutely. So yeah, cool bag. Hope you guys enjoy that. I think good value, $140, makes a lot of sense. Not a lot of downsides. Super configurable for what you're doing, and yeah, you know, chime in. You got any questions, comments? We will answer questions to the extent that we know things, which is we're not the end all be all experts on the bag, but hey, we'll chime in as best we can. And
Fucking wasp, dude. Almost died.
it's a fly.
Dude, I felt it hit me. I could hear it.
Fly. It's a fly. So, thanks for tuning in. And stay in school. Don't do drugs, especially if they're hard drugs. And we will see you guys soon.